What's up, Internet? I'm just going to go ahead and rant about this for a second. Really freaking pissed off at the goddamn Wizards. Kelly Olynyk is a bum, and he got 28 points on our bums. So I guess our bums aren't as good as other people's bums. Our starting bums, are not as good as guys off other teams' benches bums. That's how bad we are. I don't understand why the team can't get. The entire team cannot just get up to play. Seriously, we should have won game 1 and 2. Game 1, we should have split games 1 or 2. I think the second game went to overtime. We could have won that. This first game, we should have won. We started out, blitzed out early, and then we just gave up a lead, and they came back and won, whatever. Basically, I'm going to go ahead and just say this. Scotty Brooks, I think, is the reason why we lost. I think he did a good job of getting the team to play together this year, considering we lost a handful of players in the offseason. I think he actually did pretty well with what he had. But he got outcoached in this series. He flat out got outcoached. And Scotty Brooks just does not make adjustments. He doesn't. It's the same issue we had with the Thunder. First off, his offense is god-awful. It really is. The offense that he runs is the only reason it looks successful during the regular season is because he has probably the best overall point guard in the league when it comes to overall game, scoring, shooting, defense, everything just mixed together. One of the best point guards in the league. Let's just say that. I don't want to say the best because that's really going to open up a kind of counter any validity I have in my statement. One of the best point guards in the league, in John Wall, and a really good scorer in Bradley Beal, and them two just happen to do just about everything to make the team successful. Now, I did like picking up Bogdanovich. I thought it would help us, but apparently it didn't. And Jennings didn't really do much. I don't know why Kelly Oubre wasn't used that much in this game. He's a good defender. We could have really used that. But I'm not going to get too much into that. I just don't think Scotty Brooks makes tactical adjustments. He does not make personnel adjustments when someone's not playing defense. They got wide open looks in this game down the stretch. I mean, myself and a handful of my friends could have made these shots. They made them look good. You're just not stepping out on Isaiah Thomas. You're not Why did you stop trapping Isaiah Thomas? That worked in two games. It worked. In Game 4, we went on a 26-0 run because of trapping Isaiah Thomas. And we didn't do anything with it. We didn't do it. After that game, we did nothing with it. We didn't do a goddamn thing about it. We also didn't run a good offense. I'll tell you exactly what you need to do to run an offense. Run a high pick and roll with John Wall and Morshin Gortat. Like Gortat roll all the way to the hoop. Don't pussyfoot around. Don't dance. Get downhill. If they switch, you can have Gortat pop out and let John Wall go one-on-one and blow by the guy and get a layup. Put Beal in the corner of where the pick and roll is. I'm not kidding you. This is the easiest thing you can do to score offensively with this team. This would be my go-to every time. Pick and roll, and in the other wing and corner, you have your power forward and your guard. Now, this could be Otto Porter. This could be Kelly Oubre. This could be Bogdanovich. This could be Jason Smith. This would be a whole bunch of dudes that you can put in this situation. They'd probably be pretty successful. Jennings. You can actually run the play with Jennings at point guard. He's not a horrible point guard. Or you can put Bradley Beal there. Okay? If they leave the corner to help, when you come off the pick and roll, kick the ball to Beal, he gets a wide open three. Or if he doesn't get a wide open three, you can literally call for pick and roll and a pick and roll out of the corner with Bradley Beal. He's not a bad ball handler. John Wall cuts through and guys are replaced and you still have good spacing. It's very simple. Okay? Or if John Wall turns the corner and they don't switch and he gets an edge, let him go to the hoop and get a layup. The reason why the other two guys interchange is to get the defense moving. If the defense is moving, you can't have anyone slide over and help. If they do slide out and help, you have 2 kicks. You have 2 people getting kicked to. You have getting kicked to a power forward who can. Marcus Morris can kind of hit a 3. Jason Smith can definitely hit a 3. And Bogdanovich can definitely hit a 3. Okay, and then you have your small forwards and Bogdanovich, obviously, and then you can throw it to Porter. Okay? Or if you have a small lineup, you can have Wall, Brandon Jennings, Bradley Beal. Really space the court out. I mean, there's so many more things you can do. There's just no imagination with our offense. It's isolation. Don't run any plays. We very rarely run Bradley Beal off a screen for a catch and shoot. Very rarely. And every time he does it, he pretty much gets a 3-pointer out of it. So I don't understand the thought process and why we do things. Why the Wizards do things the way they do. They did nothing to help themselves. Absolutely nothing to help themselves this year. Well, I mean in this series. And it took everything that John Wall and Bradley Beal had to win this, to get to Game 7. And it took too much energy. All I can think is it took too much energy. Bradley Beal and John Wall were trying, and you have late in the game where you get the 4, and guys are letting people get wide open shots. They're not rotating. Guys standing with their hands in their pockets. Or if they had pockets, it looked like their hands should be in their pockets, I should say. It's freaking disgraceful. And Scotty Brooks needs to learn, somehow, he needs to learn some kind of offensive strategy. And what I mean by that is he needs to learn how to make a strategy and then adjust it and then make an offensive play that predicates to your talent. I don't think we run stuff. Why are we running fucking post-ups to Marcin Gortat? Why? Unless freaking Avery Bradley or Isaiah Thomas on him. That's another thing I didn't freaking bring up. Why are we not going at Isaiah Thomas every freaking play? Why are we not targeting him every possession? If I would do exactly what the Spurs did to James Harden, you go at that little guy, you go at him, and you pound him into the ground. Why? 1, he could foul out. You get their best player on the bench, their main facilitator on the bench. You go at that guy. That's the first thing you do. The second thing you do is you post him up. He ain't going to stop anyone. He's 5'9". The shortest starter for the Wizards is John Wall, 6'3". If he's guarding John Wall, run something similar to a goddamn triangle offense and isolate John Wall on the block. And let him go one-on-one with the guy. I don't care. Something that makes sense to why you isolate. You isolate to take advantage of mismatches. Not isolate just because, it's Marcin Gortat's turn to touch the ball. No, Marcin Gortat is not a post-up player. He is a pick-and-roll big man. Okay? And he's a rebounding big man. He gets it off the glass. Morris, a little different. You can kick it to Morris. He can kind of make some moves, which I think you should probably use him in the mid-post a little bit more. But seriously, the basketball acclimate of Scotty Brooks, he is decent at getting guys to play together during the regular season. I don't know whether it gets annoying to his players and they just get tired of hearing him and they just tune him out come the playoffs. But this is an epidemic with him when it comes to playoff basketball. With the Thunder, I can just tell you firsthand experience watching the Thunder. Whenever they were in the championship game, granted, I'm not going to get too much into officiating or whatever, but you got to make adjustments. And it didn't look like there was any adjustments made. And the same with the Wizards. They made like tiny, tiny adjustments. But he's making adjustments game to game sometimes. Brad Stevens is an amazing coach. I'm going to say that right now. He's probably the best coach in the East. I'm serious. I am not making that up. He is the best coach in the Eastern Conference. I would venture to say he might be top 5 in the league. Because he has no superstars. Isaiah Thomas is not a superstar. And he has those guys. It doesn't matter who's on the court. They play hard. They're gritty. They get after it. It's a fact. They do. Avery Bradley's a bum shooter, but he plays great now. He's a great shooter now. So it really just infuriates me that how hard they seem like they are outworking us. It really does bug me at how much it feels like the Wizards were outworked. and there was no strategical adjustment. There was no, oh, we're kind of losing right now. Let's trap Isaiah Thomas. Or, hey, we're kind of losing right now. Let's not let Kelly Olynyk get 26 points. Oh, hey, this game's way too close, guys. Can we stop turning the damn ball over? Seriously. I'm not going to complain about the officiating. I posted about the officiating. I just want to be consistent. There was one play where I think it was Bradley Beal or Otto Porter came over and swatted the crap out of Avery Bradley. And after he swatted it, he ran into a guy. Okay? He swatted it and ran into a guy. And then some midway through, I think it was the third or right at the beginning of the fourth, there's a breakaway layup. John Wall dished it off to somebody. I think it was dishing off to Otto Porter. Now, it was a block. I'm not going to argue that it wasn't a block. It was a block, but as he went for the block, he gave body and then he went down through the hand, through the ball. I don't care if it hit the hand. And then he came down on the arm. That's a foul. If you're going to call it one, it's not a foul, personally. I don't think so. You got the ball, and then whatever happens afterwards is collateral damage. Okay? But that was a foul. On the other end, it was a foul. You blocked and you gave him body afterwards. Very little body, by the way. Apparently this is a foul. Whenever someone, like Isaiah Thomas, first possession of the game, went up to shoot, Bradley Beal touched his side barely touched his side, and it's a foul. But you're going to let some of the stuff that happens to John Wall happen, but I'm not going to complain about the refereeing. That's not why they lost. They lost because, one, Wizards can't hit shots. They can't. They don't hit open shots when they get them. You have players like Otto Porter, who was great in the regular season, one of the highest shooting percentages in the league. Now he's a fucking bum. He really is a goddamn bum. Should have used him more. Should have isolated him more. He needs to hit shots, but this happens with every team every year. There's some guys that step up. Last year, Harrison Barnes hits like 1 or 2 threes. The series doesn't even go to 7. Harrison Barnes hits 1 or 2 threes. It doesn't go to 7. It's done in 5. It's done in 5 games. You can look at that. He hits one. He shot horribly, just god awful in the finals. He hits one. It's not even a close contest. It's not. In this game, a couple of these guys hit some threes. It's not even close. Getting wide open looks. Guys are fighting their butts off to get wide open looks, and guys can't even hit shots. You have easy misses. I mean, I swear, I wish I was a 7-footer, but I am not one of those people who's going to blame John Wall. John Wall gave everything he had to give us a chance. And same with Bradley Beal. And going forward, I will say that is encouraging to me, because there was question marks about them two getting along and them two being, co-stars on this team. And I don't think those are the issues. The issues are you don't have a consistent front court. And the front court is, I don't mind Gortat because he's tough. He's a tough player, and he usually gets after it defensively. He had some lapses this game, mental lapses. I guess the moment's too big for him. I don't know. I said it before, said it again. I think we need to go out and we need to make a concerted effort to go get DeMarcus Cousins. DeMarcus Cousins, if we get in a funk offensively and we can't score Bradley Beal or John Wall, then you have a post-up game. Okay, then you can... Sorry, I keep burping. Then you can go to DeMarcus Cousins on the block. Now, everyone's going to say, well, DeMarcus Cousins is an attitude. He's this, that, and the other. DeMarcus Cousins wasn't an attitude when he was playing with John Wall. So I think John Wall has enough cachet, whatever you want to call it, and he's played with him before, that he can be like, you're kind of out of line here, DeMarcus. Come on, man. And I think playing with the Wizards would get more out of him. I think he would post up. I think he would be a good part. He can actually pick and pop. He can actually spread the court. There's a lot of things he can do that would enhance the Wizards' offense. And he's not a bad defender either. And he's a great passer. You can do a lot of things through him, which I think would have made our team a lot better if we'd have just done it. But we didn't. So, with that being said, I'm just going to conclude. I mean, I'm very mad. I would cuss out a lot cuss a lot, but I just think Scotty Brooks needs to learn how. Well, I don't think he's ever going to learn. I think he's the coach. He is what he is. He's not bad. He'll get your team on the same page to get you to the playoffs. Once you get in the playoffs, just don't expect to have good adjustments. You need to have a coach that can make adjustments. Brad Stevens, he had an adjustment every time out. Every time out, every quarter, every half, every time that the clock stopped and we had a commercial timeout where guys were able to talk together on the bench, he had an adjustment to something. That's basically what I'm going to say. If you do agree with me, great. If you don't, I don't care. Just pissed off my Wizards. Should have swept round one. They should have. I'm sorry. I think they should have. They should have swept round one. And honestly, I don't think they would have been facing Boston if Rondo wouldn't have broke his freaking wrist or whatever it was. But God, I'm going to say this, and it sounds like sour grapes. I know, but it feels like the Boston Celtics are like the luckiest team ever. I've watched the game. A guy falls and slips, and magically he lands on the ball, rolls over, and someone gets a wide open bounce. He bounce past it from his ass to someone for a wide open layup. Ball just seems to bounce their way a lot. They're not. I'm not going to say they're lucky because they're number one seed. Obviously, there's some kind of merit to what they do. It just feels like when you're watching, it's like, oh, the ball just always bounces in their lap every time. I'm sorry. I'm a disgruntled Wizard fan. So, see, I hope you like my video.